Joining me now is Abbie Richards, a misinformation researcher and climate activist. Abbie, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Hurricane Helene, of course, hit the state quite hard, and now Milton as well. What kinds of misinformation has been spreading, particularly over the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, I'm seeing so much misinformation spreading in regards to relief efforts after Hurricane Helene right now. Just seeing lots of narratives about, especially FEMA and our assistance efforts that FEMA is trying to bring into those areas, saying that FEMA can't be trusted, that they're confiscating land from people, trying to kick people off their lands, saying that they are not allowing supplies in. So when people are trying to bring in aid, that FEMA is somehow denying that. None of these are true. And they're brewing all sorts of different narratives of distrust of relief efforts.
Mm-hmm. And nowadays, with online tools being just easily accessible to so many of us, how easy is it for disinformation and misinformation to spread during a natural disaster, and what are the dangers from it?
Yeah, I mean, so during a natural disaster, we tend to see information vacuums, and that's when we don't know what's happening. We're all really, really anxious. We're afraid. And so we want to take up as much information as possible so that we feel like we're in control. So we feel like we know what's happening. And in those moments, it's really easy for misinformation to thrive. That's always been the case. Now we add in this digital ecosystem where absolutely anyone can get online and post a video or a statement saying that they've seen a certain thing that maybe they have, maybe they haven't, maybe they've misinterpreted it. And that results in a kind of informational chaos, especially in these times where we don't know what's happening. It's really hard to get accurate information out. Mm-hmm. So it's this combination of an increase in natural disasters with the current setup we have for our digital ecosystems is kind of a recipe for these misinformation disasters.
And Abbie, I'm curious, how can this be countered? What can be done to help those potentially falling victim to this while they're going through a natural disaster?
So on an individual level, I would stress empathy for them. It's not people's fault for believing lies, especially when the lies are spread by people who have something to gain from spreading those lies. So I would really stress, wherever possible, have empathy for people who are victims of mis and disinformation. On a more systemic level, we need a way better infrastructure on content moderation. We need way better infrastructure on media literacy, but also climate literacy. These are climate events. People are experiencing climate change, and they don't necessarily have the skills to understand that. They don't understand why they are experiencing these natural disasters. So from a systemic level, better content moderation, better technical, better digital, healthier digital environments, and major climate literacy initiatives.
Abbie Richards is a misinformation researcher. Abbie, thanks so much for your time and insight into this topic today. Really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.